All right, let's dive into this leafy world.
Leafy world.
Yeah, full of crazy creatures.
Oh, yeah.
The Amazon rainforest. You guys sent in some really fascinating facts
Yeah,
from Greenpeace UK, and I just can't wait to get into it.
absolutely. It's an amazing place.
We're talking massive trees, pink dolphins,
Oh, yeah.
all that crazy biodiversity.
I mean, so much biodiversity, it'll make your head spin.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
First off, can you believe that the Amazon is twice the size of India?
It's
Massive.
Yeah.
People call it the lungs of the planet.
Right.
But I've heard that's not entirely accurate.
Yeah, that's a bit of a myth.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's the real deal?
So while it does absorb a ton of carbon dioxide, and release oxygen,
Right.
most of that oxygen is actually used up by the rainforest itself.
Oh.
But the real superhero move is its role as a carbon sink. It stores like a mind-blowing 123 billion metric tons of carbon, which is, roughly 12 times the emissions from the world's entire energy system.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah, protecting this place is absolutely crucial for combating climate change.
It's like this giant carbon vault, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
And speaking of treasures, the Amazon holds 10% of all known species on Earth.
That's 1 in 10 species you've ever heard of probably lives there.
Yeah, no kidding. We're talking hyacinth macaws, harpy eagles, jaguars, and, wait for it,
pink dolphins.
pink dolphins.
Can you imagine?
I mean, you can't make this stuff up.
No, you can't. And they're still discovering new species all the time.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Just imagine the potential for, scientific and medical breakthroughs hidden within all that biodiversity.
Oh, totally.
There are plants in the Amazon that could hold cures for diseases we haven't even discovered yet.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So it's a reminder of how much we stand to lose if deforestation continues.
It's like this giant living laboratory just waiting to be explored. And let's not forget the Amazon River itself, the second longest in the world, just winding through this incredible landscape.
Oh, and that river, it creates a basin that it just pulsates with life.
Really?
The water levels rise and fall with the seasons.
Wow.
Yeah, it's constantly changing, creating diverse wetland habitats like swamps, marshes, and floodplains,
Oh, wow.
each supporting unique species.
So it's not just a river, it's like this whole, ecosystem engine.
Yeah, it's an ecological masterpiece.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah.
But, okay, it's not just about the plants and animals, right?
Right.
Millions of people call the Amazon home,
Millions.
including over 2 million indigenous people
Yeah.
who have lived in harmony with the rainforest for centuries.
They're deeply connected to the rainforest.
Yeah.
They've been its protectors for generations.
That's amazing.
They have a wealth of knowledge about sustainable living and a deep understanding of human ecology, basically how humans and the environment interact. And each indigenous group has its own unique culture, languages, and traditions.
Wow, that's incredible.
Adding another layer to the richness of the region.
So it's not a monolithic group. They're all very different.
No.
Incredibly diverse.
Wow. But this is where things take a bit of a dark turn, unfortunately.
Yeah.
These indigenous communities are now facing some of the most direct impacts of the climate crisis.
Absolutely.
Extreme weather, unpredictable seasons, threats to their entire way of life.
And what's especially concerning is the injustice of it all.
Yeah.
Indigenous groups have some of the smallest carbon footprints globally,
Right.
yet they're bearing the brunt of climate change's consequences.
This doesn't seem right
No, it's not.
at all.
Their ancestral lands are often in high-risk areas,
Oh, okay.
making them particularly vulnerable.
So it's like a double whammy. They're being hit from both sides.
Yeah, exactly.
It raises some serious questions about climate justice.
Yeah.
And who's responsible for protecting these communities.
It's a sobering thought for sure.
Yeah.
And on top of that, the rainforest itself is shrinking.
Right.
Deforestation hit its highest level in 2022 since 2009.
Wow.
Although there's been a bit of a decline in 2023,
Okay.
there are already some worrying signs.
Like what?
Monsoons arriving late, less rainfall overall,
Oh, wow.
longer dry season.
It's like the rainforest is sending us an SOS.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So what's the biggest culprit behind this deforestation?
Well,
Is it the pink dolphin black market I've been hearing about?
I wish it was that exciting. Unfortunately, it's a bit more mundane.
Oh.
Cattle ranching is the main driver,
Oh, really?
accounting for a whopping 70% of deforestation,
Wow.
followed by soybean and palm oil production.
So that's a lot of burgers and fries fueling this problem.
Yeah.
It makes you think.
It really makes you realize that even our everyday choices can have a ripple effect on a place as far away as the Amazon.
Yeah, maybe I'll try that veggie burger after all.
That's the spirit. It really highlights how interconnected our world is.
Yeah.
And the importance of considering the environmental consequences of what we consume.
Totally.
Even small changes can add up to make a difference.
Yeah, that's a good point.
For sure.
Okay, so we've talked about climate change and deforestation, but what about the people who are directly affected by this? We can't forget about the indigenous communities.
Right. They're often caught in the crosshairs of those who exploit the rainforest for profit.
Right.
Illegal activities like oil and gas extraction, mining, and unsustainable industrial farming, destroy the environment and threaten the lives and livelihoods of indigenous peoples.
So the double whammy, the rainforest and its protectors under attack.
Yeah, it's a really tough situation.
What kind of impact are these activities having on indigenous communities specifically?
Well, the consequences are pretty devastating. We're talking about displacement from their ancestral lands, violation of their rights, and even violence against individuals and entire communities.
Really?
Yeah, it's the situation in Brazil, for example, is particularly alarming.
What's going on in Brazil?
They have a tragic history of violence against indigenous land defenders.
Oh, no.
Since 2009, there have been over 300 deaths related to land conflicts in the Brazilian Amazon.
Wow, that's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's a really serious issue.
It's clear that protecting the Amazon isn't just about saving trees and animals.
Right.
It's about protecting human rights and cultural heritage.
Absolutely.
So what's being done to address these threats and support indigenous communities?
Well, there are a number of organizations and initiatives working hard to protect the Amazon and its people.
Like who?
Greenpeace, for example, has been actively campaigning against deforestation, advocating for indigenous rights, and promoting sustainable solutions.
What kind of things are they doing?
They even carried out a peaceful protest at a Hyundai plant in Brazil. Yeah, to highlight the connection between industrial activities and the destruction of the rainforest.
Wow, so they're really getting out there and making your voices heard.
Yeah, they're doing some really important work.
It's good to hear that people are taking action. It sounds like there's a growing global awareness of the Amazon's importance.
Yeah, definitely.
But what can we as individuals do to contribute to these efforts? It all feels a bit overwhelming.
I get it. It's easy to feel powerless in the face of such large-scale problems.
Yeah.
But remember, even small actions can make a difference.
Like what?
First and foremost, stay informed.
Okay.
The more you know about the Amazon, the challenges it faces, and the potential solutions,
Yeah.
the better equipped you'll be to take action.
Makes sense.
You can learn about biodiversity loss, climate change, and the rights of indigenous peoples through organizations like Greenpeace and other reliable sources.
So knowledge is power.
Exactly.
Got it. What else can we do? Aside from becoming rainforest experts, of course.
Well, you can also flex your consumer power.
What do you mean?
Making informed choices about the products you buy is another impactful way to make a difference.
Okay.
You can choose to support companies that are committed to sustainability.
Right.
And avoid those that contribute to deforestation.
That's a good idea.
Opt for sustainably sourced meat and dairy products. Be mindful of the ingredients in your food and cosmetics. And research the origins of the products you buy.
So we can actually vote with our wallets.
Exactly.
Interesting. What are some other practical steps we can take? Besides, packing our bags and becoming rainforest warriors.
While becoming a rainforest warrior sounds amazing.
It does, doesn't it?
There are less drastic ways to help.
Okay, good.
Donating to and supporting organizations working to protect the Amazon is a great way to contribute directly.
All right.
You can also spread awareness among your friends, family, and social networks.
Yeah.
Talking about the Amazon, sharing information, and encouraging others to get involved can help amplify the message and inspire change.
It's amazing to think that even small actions can have a collective impact on something as vast as the Amazon rainforest.
Absolutely. Every little bit counts. Remember, the Amazon isn't just some faraway jungle.
Right.
It's a vital part of our planet's ecosystem.
Yeah.
And its fate is intertwined with our own.
So we've covered a lot of ground here, from pink dolphins to deforestation.
We have.
Before we move on to potential solutions, I'm curious to know what's resonated with you the most so far.
Oh, that's a good question.
What fact or story has really stood out to you? And how has this information changed your perspective on the Amazon? We'll be back in a moment to continue our exploration and discuss some of those solutions in more detail. Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We've been on quite a journey through the Amazon so far, from those amazing pink dolphins to the harsh realities of deforestation. But before the break, we were talking about how we can actually help protect this incredible ecosystem.
Yeah, it's easy to get caught up in all the doom and gloom, but there's so much we can do to be part of the solution.
So where do we even start? What are some of the most promising ways to tackle these really complex challenges?
Well, one crucial piece of the puzzle is protecting the rights of indigenous peoples.
Okay.
They're the true guardians of the rainforest, and their knowledge and practices are essential for its long-term survival.
That makes sense. They've lived in harmony with the Amazon for centuries, so they must have some incredible insights into how to manage it sustainably.
Absolutely. Supporting their land rights, making sure their voices are heard in decision-making processes, and respecting their traditional knowledge are all critical steps.
So it's about empowering those who are already deeply connected to the rainforest.
Right.
What else can be done on a larger scale?
Well, we need to shift away from destructive practices like large-scale cattle ranching and embrace more sustainable forms of agriculture. Think agroforestry, which combines trees and crops, or promoting plant-based diets to reduce the demand for meat.
So it's about changing our consumption patterns
Yeah.
and supporting businesses that are doing things the right way.
Exactly. And on a global level, we can't ignore the elephant in the room, climate change. The Amazon is already feeling the heat, so reducing greenhouse gas emissions is crucial for its survival.
It's all connected, isn't it?
Yeah.
Protecting the Amazon isn't just about saving a rainforest.
Right.
It's about protecting our planet and ensuring a sustainable future for everyone.
You got it. It's a global responsibility, and we all have a part to play.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the Amazon, what's one key takeaway you hope our listeners will walk away with?
Don't underestimate the power of your actions.
Yeah.
Whether it's making conscious consumer choices, supporting organizations fighting for the Amazon, or simply spreading awareness.
Yeah.
Every step you take contributes to a brighter future for this incredible ecosystem.
Well said. The Amazon faces immense challenges, but there's still hope.
Absolutely.
By understanding the issues, embracing sustainable solutions, and working together, we can help protect this vital part of our planet.
And who knows, maybe along the way, we'll discover new species, unlock medical breakthroughs, and learn valuable lessons about sustainable living from the indigenous communities who call the Amazon home.
The Amazon is a treasure trove of wonders, and it's up to all of us to ensure its survival. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the heart of the rainforest. We hope you learned something new and feel inspired to take action. Until next time, keep exploring.